Hello everybody, welcome back to today's episode of Ask Lewis. Now we've gone through the comments section from the last couple of videos and we've found quite a few questions talking about what to carry in our saddlebag, talking about different types of chain lube, why some might seem better than others, and we even got some opinions of different types of chain lube to use. So anyway, I reckon let's just dive straight into it. What have we got, Serafina?
We have got so many questions, and I like how you said a lot of different opinions, and you said that so well.
Yes, absolutely, yes, yeah, of course.
Some interesting opinions.
Yes, yes.
But this one's from Stephen Davey. I run tubeless tyres. What should I be carrying in my saddlebag?
Great question. Okay, Stephen, what you should be carrying in your saddlebag is, I would say, a spare tube, making sure that it's the exact same size as the wheel that you already have. I say that because if you were to get a bad enough puncture, like a rock's gone through the tire, or a big piece of glass, or a really thick nail or something like that, you can still put a tube back in there as well. Admittedly, yes, it's a little bit messy and you'll have dirty hands, you'll have sealant all over your hands, you might just want to wash them as well, but you can put a tube back in there. I think that's like almost like a worst case scenario, so you're ready for just in case everything goes wrong. However, another thing you should also carry in there are some tubeless plugs. It might be worth finding another video talking about tubeless plugs. If you were to get a hole in the tire somewhere, you can use this little plug. It literally looks like a slug, and it's quite like a slippery, sticky kind of material, and it comes on a prick. So you can push the prick into the tube and then twist it while you pull it out, and it will clog up that hole from the inside. So that will get you out of trouble really quickly as well. But if everything was to go wrong, a new tube will also get you out of trouble. I'm also going to say you should probably have a CO2 canister as well, rather than just a little hand pump. Sometimes trying to get the air in there is so difficult with the tubeless tubeless tires, because you have to get so much air so quickly. So CO2 canisters would probably be the third thing I'd carry there. A spare tube, tubeless plugs or slugs, whatever you want to call them, and then some CO2 canisters. Perfect. I think that answers that. Yeah. Great question, Steve. Thank you.
Very good. And this one is from the Grizz 1069. What about spare chain links? Are they worth carrying? I'm
going to say yes, and I'd say even more depending on what type of riding you're doing. I myself have a few different bikes. I've got a road bike, I've got a mountain bike, and then I've got a gravel bike in the middle. I have one on my gravel bike and on my mountain bike. When I say I have one, I've got some electrical tape, and I've literally got it sticky taped onto the gear cable there as well, so that it's easy to find. I literally forget that it's there. I didn't even think it was there until that question just came up, but now I remember it. I have a chain link stuck on there so that it's there for the day that I need it. One thing to note with the chain link is a chain link, I'll show you what one looks like as well. If we grab like this, so it looks like this. It's two male and female links. We've got the male piece and the female piece, and they will clip onto each other on the chain. So when we need to put one of these on, if you've broken your chain, you'll need to use a chain breaker tool, which will look a little bit like this. You can often find them on your multi-tools as well, and you'll have to cut it at two female links so you can connect it with a male link. So yes, you should carry one of these, but to be able to fit it, you'll need to break the chain with one of these as well. So if you carry a chain link, you'll need to carry this as well. Just be ready for that, I suppose. But my short answer is yes, you should carry a chain link, because if you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere, I can't come to help you. So you should be ready to try and help yourself, hopefully. All right, let's jump on the next question.
And just quickly on that one, I think you've got to make sure that you have the right chain length size.
Oh, great point.
I think sometimes people take the wrong one.
Great point, exactly right. So what Serafina means by the right size is we can have like a 7-speed chain, we can have a 9-speed chain, a 10-speed, 11-speed, a 12-speed, different speeds. We're talking about how many cogs are sitting on the cassette. Hopefully you know how many your bike has, whether it's a 10-speed bike or an 11-speed bike. The width of the chain will be different for different amounts of cogs that we have here. So for example, if you've got a 9-speed chain, the 9-speed is wider, so you'll need a 9-speed chain link. Whereas if you had an 11-speed, they won't actually click into each other. They might only get part of the way in there and they won't actually click in. You need them to touch and then click into place. So be sure to have the correct number of cogs as well. Great a thing to add there as well that I didn't think about. Yeah, absolutely.
There's no people who've had problems with that. It's like, oh, the wrong one.
Yes, yes.
And so this quick question is from Chris.
Yes.
Hi, Chris. He's a big follower. So thanks, guys. Is there an AirTag equivalent for Android users?
Great question. I didn't know the answer to this until very recently because I had a customer come in and ask the exact same question. I ended up having to Google because I use an iPhone, I use Apple, so I didn't think about it. I Googled and I found there's a company called Tile, Tile, and they look very similar, but instead of being a small circle, they're like a square shaped. I think they were black from most of the photos that I saw on the internet. I've heard people using them for their luggage if they're putting their bike, not their bike or bags, I suppose, under the plane, or if they're traveling somewhere, you can just fit it nicely into your bag. It's called Tile. Thank you for sending in so many awesome questions talking about what to carry in your saddlebag and things to get you out of, I guess, worst case scenarios. They were all great questions. Keep sending them in the comments below, email, whatever it is that you want to send them in. We'd love to see some more. And otherwise, I suppose we will see you guys next week where we might talk about chain lubricant even. See ya.
Bye.